Hey everybody, hey, I've got some great new music on the stereo. Yes, I do. Man, I'm telling you, last year it happened several times. You all know about the grip weeds. Did you watch that video last year? Go check it out. You missed out on a great album if you didn't check it out. The grip weeds, Trip Around the Sun. Did you check out Wilkerson? I recommended Wilkerson. Oh my goodness, Wilkerson. So many of you bought Wilkerson and love it to death. Oh boy. Well, many times the person who introduces me to all this great new music, I may have been aware of these bands and artists, but I didn't know they had a new release coming out, and that is Steve Schnee. Stephen Schnee. That's it. Steve Schnee. Have you subscribed to the Steve Schnee channel yet? If not, why not? Oh my goodness, this guy is fabulous. He's become a friend of mine. I love this guy. He's great. He recommends stuff to me. He tells me about artists I know about and what's coming out soon. And then he gets me all into these artists I've never even heard of. And his like Wilkerson. I never knew of Danny Wilkerson and the Wilkerson album last year until Steven did a review on it, and I went out and bought it, and the rest is history. You all should know about Wilkerson. Well, he does it over and over again, but boy, this time he really did it. He really did it. Man, I've got a great album here, recommendation for you folks. Go over to Steve Schnee's channel if you want to see how he raved about this album. But he raved about it so much. And then, if you check out his channel, he'll tell you about all his podcasts and his interviews he does with some of the power pop greats and rock and roll greats. And one he did recently was with a band called the Rubinoos. How many of you have heard of the Rubinoos? The Rubinoos. Well, this is one of my first ever pieces of music by the Rubinoos that I got a long time ago when I was a very young man. This is called Back to the Drawing Board, the Rubinoos. I got this way back in 1979 or 1980 or something like that. Great album. Love it. It's fabulous. That's not the point of this video though. Here's a band who started like 40 years ago, folks, back in the late 70s. They're still together now. They're still putting out great new music. I've got their brand new CD on right now. If you can hear a little bit in the background, it's beautiful. It's fabulous. It's one of my highest recommendations for 2019. Remember Wilkerson and the grip weeds and all the stuff I recommended last year, as I said? Well, here's one for this year, folks. So this is the Rubinoos. They're from California. This is their second album, Back to the Drawing Board. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend that one. But then over the years I bought other Rubinoos, but mostly on CD. I started getting into them and I bought their first album, the Rubinoos, on CD. I bought Live in Japan, Rubinoos, on CD. I bought a CD by them called Automatic Toaster. Okay. And one of my favorites of theirs is called Paleophonic, which came out in the early to mid 90s. Paleophonic, the Rubinoos. I mean, all this stuff's great, but this is one of my favorites. And that's all I have to admit, I don't have everything by the Rubinoos. Steve Schnee does, though. Go check out his video about them, and he shows everything by them. And, and he recently did a great interview with two of the members on his podcast, or one of his podcasts. So go over to the Steve Schnee channel and get all the information on that, how you can get into his podcast and stuff. Well, anyway, he does this video. And I never even knew this was coming out. A brand new album by the Rubinoos called From Home. Just came out today, folks. I pre-ordered it back a ways because I knew it was coming and I wanted to get my hands on it. The Rubinoos From Home. Folks, I've got it on in the background. I haven't stopped listening to it since it came in earlier today. I got it on repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. I'm just going back and forth with this. It's such a wonderful album, folks. I don't steer you wrong. If you're into power pop, if you're into great pop music, if you're into great little fun rock and roll, if you're into 70s and 80s kind of rock and roll and pop, that kind of stuff. You're gonna love the Rubinoos leave home. The Rubinoos from home. Gotta get that right. So here's the CD, here's the back. These guys are fabulous, folks. They go back a long ways. The members as of right now are, we have John Rubin, we have Don Spint, we have Tommy Dunbar, and Al Chan. And they pretty much have been an outfit now for close to 40 years. I think they had an original bass player slash singer who left the band after the first album or so. But the core group has been together, the four of them, for like 40 years now. And so they put out this album. Here's the back again. I'm just going to show you the songs. And there's the front together. I have the CD on, so you can't see that, but here's the inside cover. Folks, grab this. If I've ever recommended something to you before and you got it and said, wow, Matt made a great recommendation there because I really love this album. I love the music. It's fun. It's rock. It's pop. It's power pop. It's sunny. I love it. It's positive. It makes me feel good. Makes me happy. Makes me smile. If you've said that before with what I've recommended to you, then get this. The Rubinoos from Home. It is so good, folks. So good. Steven, you're a genius. Thank you. To all of you, go over to Steven's channel and tell him he's a genius. Will you please just tell him how wonderful he is, that he told me this was coming out. He gave me advance notice it was coming. He's amazing. He's an amazing guy. I love Steven. But, you know me, I went a little bit, I couldn't just stay with the CD with the cool little, Chuck Taylor sneakers on the front. I said, I've got to go for the vinyl. So I got this. I got the vinyl. The Rubinoos from Home. I love the album so much. I just can't tell you how much. I'm so happy I got this. And wait till you see why I'm happy I got this. Alright, there's the... Alright. Isn't that cool? I just love that cover. Just my kind of cover, Take it out, the inner sleeve. Back, you got lyrics. This side, you got a cool giant Chuck Taylor sneaker with information about the recording from the band. Here is the creme de la creme, as I like to say. This is the big one, folks. Woo-hoo, boy, oh boy. Oh, you're gonna love this. It's on black and yellow splatter. Oh man. Man, is this a vinyl junkies Nirvana or what? To get something like this. Come on, folks, you gotta admit. There's the front. There's the backside. Look at that thing. Isn't that beautiful? I don't think I've ever had a piece of vinyl this color combination ever. But I have it now. I have it now with the Rubinoos from Home. Look at that. Woo. Man. Okay, I'll show you one more time. Hey, ooh, right close. How's that? Black and gold or black and yellow splatter vinyl. Whew. Oh, gotta recover from that, seeing that cool piece of vinyl. Whew. But you know what? The vinyl's cool, but the vinyl's not the main thing, folks. It's what's inside this album. It's the music. It's fabulous. There's 12 songs on it, and every one of them is a keeper, folks. Every one is a keeper. They're great. It's great music. I love the Rubinoos. Cool how they've kept their logo the same all these years. Here's one of their albums from '79. Here's the new one. Logo's up in that upper left corner there. I mean, folks, from 1979 to 2019 and everything in between, this band has put out numerous albums, live albums, compilations. If you know nothing about them, all I ask you to do is go online and read about them, check them out, see what they're all about, see if you can sample a few of their songs. But I'm telling you, if you get nothing else, get the new one. At least get the new one. It just came out today. It's out there on CD and black and yellow splatter vinyl. Get it. Oh, I gotta show you again. I'm so excited. I gotta show. Woohoo! I'm sorry, but that is cool. I'm an old guy, I'm an old guy. But, you know, I feel like a kid again when I get something like this, you know, with the sneakers and the Chuck Taylors and the cool music inside, and it's the Rubinoos and Steve Schnee, and he's amazing, and he recommended this, and I get it, and I love it, and so happy I have it. So that's it for me. All right, I'm out of here. It's been a little over 10 minutes, but I got to tell you, folks, this is one of my biggest recommendations for 2019. I know the year's winding down now. We're in the second half of the year. But this is one I definitely want to get out to you and recommend. The Rubinoos, From Home, out today. Get it. You're going to love it. Take care, everybody. God bless. Bye-bye. I'm going to go calm down now. Don't worry. I'll take care of it.